Let's make techno with AI vocals. I'll start with a techno kick from my sample pack. Some open hi-hats. And after 8 bars I'll add some closed hi-hats. After another 8 bars I'll add some claps. Then some rides. And some crashes every 8 bars. Then we need a deep bass. I'll sidechain this to the kick using a limiter. And add some EQ to take off the lows. Then I'll add some pads for atmosphere. I'll sidechain this and add a low cut like this. To make the vocals, we'll be using AI Studio. First I'll export an 8-bar loop from the track to use as a reference. Now let's open AI Studio, drag out the reference and set the tempo to match our track. They have a lot of AI voices, but I'll use this voice for now. Now if we move to the piano roll, we can select the scale we're working with, in this case G-sharp minor, and it'll highlight all the notes in that scale so we can work easier. Now I'll simply make a pattern on the piano roll and write the lyrics in them.
Into the light, we'll fly away. music in your life.
Now, to make the vocals more human, I'll change the energy of certain parts.
In your life.
Then I'll modulate some parts. And adjust the vibrato.
Into the light we'll fly away.
Now the vocal sounds really good. To make the vocals wider, I'll right-click on this and use the Create Vocal Doubles features to add backing tracks. I'll also use this to blend another voice with this.
Into the light we'll fly away. In the moonlight we'll find the way. Into the light we're born to rise. Feel the music in your life.
Guys, if you're interested in AI Studio, you can check it out using the link in my description. Now since the vocal is done, I'll export this and drag it back onto FL Studio. Since the vocals don't need a lot of processing, I'll just take off the lows. Add some saturation around the higher mids. And some reverb. Now we need synth stabs and plucks to give the track that techno vibe. I'll take the lows off of this. And pan this to the left. And this one to the right. Then I'll use this metallic sequence sound to add depth to the mix like this. I'll sidechain this. And some auto panning. Guys, since techno uses a lot of clap fills, I'll use these claps to create a groovy fill pattern. I'll add a lot of reverb. And some delay. Then add some white noise to add some texture to the track. Now, moving on to the second half of the drop, I'll add this saw lead. I'll use EQ to take off the lows and boost some highs. and let's add some saturation too. Guys, I'll use this cool trick I found to make the lead more interesting. I'll add a lot of delay to the lead, and loop a small section like this and record it. Now I'll disable the delay, and reverse the delay tail of the sample like this to create this cool effect. Since the drop is now done, let's move on to the intro and the build-up. I'll start with the kick and the pads, and the bass and the closed hi-hats after 8 bars. Like that I'll introduce the open hi-hats and the synth every 8 bars. Now let's add our AI vocals, and I'll use LFO tool to add a gating effect on it. Then I'll add our filler claps to create a simple pattern. And add some exhausts to make a transition into the build-up. At the build-up, I'll add the sequence sound and the AI vocals, and add some risers. And some build-up drums.
Into the light, we're borderized.
I'll just use this clap as a fill before the drop hits.
Your life.
Then let's copy this entire track, paste it behind the drop, and make some adjustments to differentiate this from the first half. So guys, our track is now done. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel, and let's see our final result.